Hey, welcome back to Social Let. This is episode 475. Today, I'm talking about what to do when your launch doesn't quite go the way that you want it to go. What to do when your launch flops, fails, goes belly up, or whatever you want to call it. So, when your launch doesn't go to plan, the first thing I would do is find out why people didn't buy. So, sending out a non-buyer survey is a wonderful way to get this insight. I typically will always send out a non-buyer survey after any major launches. And in that survey, I will ask people, what were your hesitations? Why were the reasons you didn't buy? And then I pay close attention because often the hesitations that one person has, it's bound to be the same hesitation that a bunch of people have, right? So I'll do that. I will also, if there were people who I know were close to buying but didn't buy, I will message them and ask them, hey, I noticed you didn't end up signing up. No hard feelings, but just wondering, why didn't you buy? And their answers usually tell me where I need to improve my messaging, my sales copy, my objection handling, all of the different parts of my launch. The second thing I would do is I would run the numbers. So, not just the number of sales and the total dollar value of your launch, but I would also look at what percentage of your launch list, so the people who signed up for your webinar, what percentage of those people converted. Because anything above like 2 or 3% is considered pretty decent. I would also look at some of the other numbers, like what percentage signed up for the webinar, what percentage showed up live, what percentage converted live. So you can see step by step along the whole funnel. And then we can see where were those leakages on the funnel. So we can know next time you launch, oh, people didn't convert well into the webinar. Great. Well, maybe we need to improve the webinar registration page. Or maybe people didn't buy live on the webinar. Great. Okay. Maybe we need to improve the fast action bonus. Maybe we need to create some kind of incentive for people to buy on the webinar. The next thing I would think about is going back and doing a really objective review of your own launch. And it's so hard when you've created everything yourself and you're so attached to it. It's really hard to look at it objectively. But I would challenge you to put yourself in your ideal customer's shoes and read through everything. Read the copy, the offer, the emails, your webinar, go through everything with fresh eyes and see if you have any hesitations that would come up, if there's any questions that you don't know about. It's really difficult to do this, I know, because we just assume people will figure these things out. We assume people know more than they know, but go through and try and look at it from that ideal customer's perspective. Typically, if somebody is saying to you in your non-buyer survey when you're talking to them, if they say that they didn't sign up because they couldn't afford it, it's usually because they don't see it as a priority to spend their money on right now. They don't see the value in it, in investing in it right now. So that means that in your next launch, you need to show them why it's valuable and why right now. Because if they can put it off, the longer they can put it off, the lower it becomes in their list of priorities of where to spend their money. And they're less likely to invest in it now. And you and I know as the creators, as the expert in whatever you teach, you know that them not investing now is them delaying solving that problem. But they don't realize that. They don't necessarily realize the consequences of not solving that problem right now. So there you have it. A couple of things that I would do if a launch hadn't gone to plan to review and to improve it next time. This is something that I can help with as well. I do offer a limited number of VIP days, generally about 1 or 2 per month. And in that VIP day, I spend 6 hours of my time deep diving into any part of your launch. So if you've had a launch and it's flopped, what I can do is I can go through and review every single step of your launch. I can review your webinar, your copy, your offer, your messaging, all of those things and then give you a nice little bundle of feedback on where you can improve, some suggestions on some copy potentially that you could share in the lead up to your launch, suggestions for better webinar topics or edits to make to your sales page, whatever you feel would be the best use of my time. You can use that VIP day for anything launch related that you want. So if that sounds like something that maybe you do need, head to stephtaylor.co/VIP and you can book in your kickoff call, which is separate to the 6 hours that I then go away and into my little cave and work on your launch. All right, that's it for today's episode. If you have any friends who you think would benefit from this show, please do tell them about Socialette. Make sure you've hit subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you haven't already left me a rating and a review in Apple Podcasts, I'd really appreciate it if you could. Thanks so much for listening. Catch you next time.